So I'm here today to tell you about my mission. But before I get to that, well, the title of my presentation is The Impact of Leadership on Generating Business Value with AI. I'm going to take you along my journey. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. I was born and raised in the Netherlands, where I studied mathematics and econometrics. And over the last 10 years, I've been working as an analytics translator and data scientist, as well as consulting as in-house. Just a little side note, I'm the president of the Swiss Korfball Federation, which is based here in Lausanne. But I live in Zurich, where I'm the director of studies for AI management at the University of Applied Sciences. So to my mission. I'm on a mission to make data scientists happy again and to help companies generate true business value with AI. So let me tell you why I got there. So before the year 2018, I was an unhappy data scientist myself. I was working on projects without a true business impact. We, as a team, weren't able to build our pipeline, to put our project into production. And I was frustrated by that, because I like to work on things that have an impact. And for a while, I thought that project management for data scientists is the solution. How to run this thing from end to end. But actually, quite soon, I realized that that's not the answer. And I want to give you some anecdotes from data scientists in the field. Yeah, I started engaging with this and I spoke with many people. And my first anecdote is a colleague of mine. He would bring his laptop home to use his own GPU because IT wasn't ready to give him the computing power he needs. I see some smiling faces. Or IT not understanding, right? We want to try out different packages. We want to quickly do that, but we're not able to. Some person told me many different frustrations, but data quality is maybe one I would like to point out here. Or externals coming in, doing proof of concept over and over again, starting one, next consulting firm coming in, the next proof of concept, leaving a huge technical debt, and nothing actually happens afterwards. Okay? You all know this, being stuck in the PowerPoint buzzword bingo. Or this one I quite like. It's one person that told me about the shiny object syndrome. I guess what that means is we're only looking at fancy visualizations, but not taking action out of it, yeah? Or management saying, we need to apply AI. But actually, they need help in understanding their Excel spreadsheet. Or they just need ad hoc reports. And anything beyond that is overwhelming. Or job ads, I've heard it earlier today, with a ton list of buzzwords, but actually not really that what's possible. Maybe you've seen a job ad with a request of 5 years plus TensorFlow experience. I see some more smiling faces. Good. To the other side, some anecdotes from the rest. So recently I was at an event and I spoke to a so-called leader in this space. What he said they use AI and machine learning to the data and they apply their algorithms and get the analytics out of it. I thought I need to write this one down quickly. Later on he told me he totally gets it. Or somebody else, we are doing AI, I hired a data scientist. Okay, not so sure. Or data scientists, they don't need to understand the business. Data's their job. We understand what we're doing. People complaining not being able to find the right talent. Maybe it has to do something with all of the buzzwords that you write on your job ads. I don't know. Or they only want to work on cool models. Just neural networks and wherever maybe linear regression is enough. I think we've heard that too. But also, somebody told me I have a team globally of 60 people, but actually 0 projects into production. That's a shame. And I think we're getting somewhere here. Well, the biggest gap is that business is not data literate, but at the same time, the data scientists are not very business literate, which gives room for frustration. And all of this actually, it made me think, is there a mismatch? Is there a mismatch between the data science teams and the rest of the company? Do we have the wrong expectations from either side? Do we not understand each other well enough? And that brings me to the next step in my journey. And this is now the topic of AI management. It's about getting companies ready for generating business value with AI. And how I did this, I stated 3 hypotheses for myself to structure this journey a bit more. And the first one is data scientists that are unhappy in their job, they work in firms that have more trouble generating business value. And second hypothesis is the main reason that companies are actually not able to generate business value is a lack of AI literacy on management level. And thirdly, to generate this true business value, we need transformation on multiple levels in the companies. Good. So what I did next is I started to collect some structured anecdotal evidence. And I actually asked myself 4 questions. What makes you as a data scientist happy in your job? And what are the main reasons for your company to be able to generate this business value? And on the other side, what are the main reasons that you are not happy in your job or why your company is not able to generate business value? Now, I have to say that this by no means is any statistical significant basis for a conclusion. But I wanted to get just an understanding is, am I going into the right direction with this? So the first question, what's a happy data scientist? He wants to have freedom, or she. He wants to work on solving problems and in interdisciplinary projects. I have to say, all of the answers I've summarized, and I took the 3 key points. Now, is this a surprise? To me, it's actually not, right? It's one thing that we data scientists are accused of. We only like to work on fun things, and we want to do it the way we like to do it. But maybe we just put ourselves in an interdisciplinary team and land the right business problem on the table and give the freedom to solve it. Now to a bit more what I thought was a striking result, and I'm going to take you through the other 3 questions at once. So the main reason companies are able to get an impact, it's when they focus on a clear business value. And now you may think that's normal, but I've seen so many projects started being like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we can build our neural network? Start to use deep learning. The second point is the management support. Yeah, the management support, if it's there, they are also interested. And I think that's what kind of links together. Once there is a business value, there's interest from the management, and there will be support. And then they will also be able to provide the resources it requires, be it the technology, but the data availability as well, and the people that you need in your team. Now to the other side. Why are companies not able And it may be clear for you. It's the missing skills and resources. Yeah, again, so it's the same thing. Do I have the different people? Do I have the end-to-end commitment? When you don't have the end-to-end commitment after the proof of concept, then it will be difficult. Then it's also the little literacy on management level resulting in wrong expectations. Good. So this is what I found actually quite striking. Why are unhappy data scientists unhappy? It's the same thing, actually. It's the literacy of the management, the commitment beyond the proof of concept. We all know it's only 20% of the work. Cannot go live tomorrow if we have a prototype, and the availability of the right resources. So what does that tell me? Actually, I only have one mission. Making data scientists happy again will help companies to generate value. Or the other way around, helping companies to generate value will also in return make data scientists happy again. So let's revisit my hypothesis. Yes, there are no true unhappy data scientists in companies that generate value. But on the other side, there are actually some happy data scientists in companies that don't. But only one mission. Companies not being able to generate business value with AI, there is a lack of AI literacy. Well, maybe. It seems that it could be the root cause of many of the things. So if the management is literate, they will be potentially able to provide this commitment, but also the missing skills and resources. But is it enough? I'm actually quite convinced that we need transformation and that this cannot be solved overnight. That it's not enough to hire a data scientist and that we actually need to prepare on multiple levels in the company to get this right. It's your vision, your strategy needs to be aligned. You need to have the technology in place, the data and the strategy around that. The right people, the different roles, how are you going to recruit them and develop them? And obviously the change management, how are you going to make the company ready for these new things? I'd like to slowly start to summarize. And this is maybe a bit of a timeline of what I've seen happening. So we have a lot of data scientists, we have leadership in the company, there's a bit of frustration. And what I hope that will happen is that one day they see the light. They see the light and they educate themselves and become AI literate. And then what they do is they start to put all of these things in place that we need to do the work. And in return, hopefully, make happy data scientists. So the summary, again, in words, I think it's important that our leadership, that the management in the different companies, that they start to educate themselves. On the one side with what's possible with AI, but maybe even more important, what it takes to get a business impact from this. And I think then the leadership will be able to provide the commitment it needs beyond a proof of concept and the resources and skills for true business value with AI and have happy employees. So that brings me back to my journey. What's next? What do we need to do to get business value from AI available for all companies? So a bit of an outlook. First of all, I want to further understand why companies fail or why they're actually successful. And I want to further understand what it needs on all of those different levels, how we need to get there. Yeah? And at the same time, this would also be a request to the research community. Maybe students in an MTech environment definitely could pick some things up. And thirdly, what I will do is to continue to educate the leaders in this space in Zurich to make them further understand what is needed. Good, so with that, I would like to thank you. You can reach out to me through any of these channels, but I'd be also very happy to talk to you if you agree, but also if you disagree, or to share your experiences with me. So feel free to come to me or to text me in the app, and I'll be happy to talk. Thank you.